And we are live. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, ladies. I'm so glad to be here with you. And we're going to be with you later today on Circle of Friends. So we're just getting a warm-up going. Yeah,
That's it.
And that's at 3 o'clock Eastern time, right? I'm sorry, 7 o'clock Eastern time, right, Kel?
Yes. No, today's Monday, right? 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern.
6 p.m. Eastern.
It's 5 p.m. for me. So it's 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. 4 p.m. Mountain, 3 p.m. Pacific.
Those clocks. You know how
I know. I keep looking for those cheap clocks that the little school clocks.
Yeah.
They were only about this big around.
Yeah.
I thought about getting them.
Yeah.
And putting them up against the ceiling. So that,
I 100% agree. It's like a newsroom.
Different times in different places. Yeah. Good idea. Good idea. I always have to think. And if they're going to end up not doing the clocks again, changing them and everything, I wonder how difficult that's going to be. Although I guess it's whatever it is. It is what it is, so to speak.
Well, it gets really confusing when you're trying to coordinate something with someone when it's like, it's like 5 o'clock my time, and then you're like, well, that's 3 o'clock my time, and by the time that you've gone through 6 emails, you're like, whose time is whose?
Whose time is it? Yeah, what channel is it?
Okay. I have clients in the Netherlands, South Africa, and Australia.
Okay.
Try to dig that out of your hat.
I know.
Right?
I've done that too, Kathleen, with the lady that I had channeling the other day. She was in the UK. And that was, and also if you work with Chrissy at Footprint, that's like 14 hours difference or something.
Well, I had invited Chrissy to my channel, but I wasn't feeling good and I had to cancel. But I'm like, can you come at 7 p.m. on Wednesday? And she's like, sure, that's 7 a.m. on Thursday. And I'm like, oh, good grief. I don't want you getting up that early, like to be ready to read, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Because it's a little bit different. If you could just pop on, no makeup and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, disregarding the makeup and the hair, there is
like
you have to ready yourself. You have to open your chakras. You have to, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. It's like when I go from my Thursday medium show right over to Circle of Friends, because sometimes we're running late. Yeah. It's like I ran a race. I'm going through the airport with my heavy luggage,
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that little silver thing in the airport that you get on, the little ride that takes you from point A to point B, but you're really not going anywhere. You're just going
around and around. Anyway, thanks everybody, and welcome everybody. I'm not ignoring anyone. Hello, Sherry and MK Karen. Hi, Craig. Hi, Lorraine. And who else is here? I think that's it for now, but welcome. We're glad you're here. Thank you. You're working right now and feel there's a ghost here. Ooh. All right. I'm going to mark that. We'll see what we can find on that. Okay.
Awesome.
Hi, Jenny. Hi,
Sherry.
We're supposed to have Kathryn Moore here with us. Messages from the mist. Sorry. And
hi, Sherry.
I'm not seeing her. She's not, for some reason, not here yet. So if she comes, we'll bring her in and talk to her as well. But I'm really pleased to have my cohort in crime, Kelly from Dozen Cats for Me and Circle of Friends with me, and my friend Kathleen J. Lightworker, Katie. Welcome. Yeah. And Anna Banana, I see you there. Thanks for coming. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, we haven't worked together for a while. I mean, I work with Kelly, but I haven't worked with you, Kathleen, and I miss you. And I hope everything's going well. She just indicated that she may have some channeling coming through, and I'm really interested to know more about that. Did it happen on an open chat, an open channel when you were doing?
Oh yeah, there was several weeks ago.
Okay,
I was on with Ron and Terry Suzuki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's who told me. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was on with Sonia Rain Lee, and it happened, and it's. I mean, always before I was like aware that I wouldn't really be aware of what I said, but I would know the gist of it and I would go on. But
Okay.
this time I was really depressed.
Oh,
I was really depressed thinking, oh, that was awful. And uh Deanne, Shield Maiden,
yes.
Deanne, she said, I saw that show and I thought you did great. I don't and so I I just watched it
Uh-huh.
and I didn't I
You
had
don't remember
no
being that.
mm,
Okay. Okay.
mm,
That's what they say. That's what Susan says, and Kim. That that isn't them talking necessarily.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
It's your higher
awesome.
self. Yeah. Well, I think that's wonderful, and you know what? I think you've probably always had it, and for some reason, you were just in the right time, right place for that to come through. So that's fabulous. Good for you. Look at all the growth everybody's going through exponentially when you think about
Mhm.
it. Very big, very big. And yes, we do go through, a lot of people think spiritual people can rise above feeling like crap or but we have the same issues other people do. And Manasa said that on my channel the other day. She felt like she wanted to give up or, that she felt
Yeah.
really down. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, we need to be able to say that. So,
Well, it's interesting because this whole sort of way that this conversation is going, I love this because Allie knows, and Kathleen knows because I've talked to both of these ladies, behind the scenes, backstage, whatever the case may be, over time.
Mhm.
I never picked up a tarot card before January.
right.
I never picked up an oracle card before I started my channel.
Mhm.
And for the first couple of months that I was tossing cards, I'm like, I'm not a reader. And people in the chat were like, well, it's funny how you're not a reader. I mean, it's like, you're sorting through those cards and picking out the right one real fast then. And I'm like, no, it's just a coincidence. And it's kind of funny how I think that you have a tendency to not believe it. And I don't
Yeah.
know if
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't believe it. I think I was almost like not fearful, scared, but I was afraid of it because it's unknown to me. It made me feel
Right.
like I wasn't in control of it. I didn't know what to expect from it. I was unfamiliar with it, right? We don't like
Mhm.
change as human beings. And
Yeah.
so I've now like tuned in and to myself, and every time, I mean, I try to practice what I preach. So every time I say, that negative voice in your head, when it knocks on the side and says, you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you're not smart enough, whatever
Mm-hmm.
the case may be,
Mm-hmm.
to tell
You
it, no, thank you, I'm not listening.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm
you tell it
doing that.
you tell it watch me.
Yeah, well,
Watch me.
I love that because that's exactly what I've been doing. And, I've had so many wonderful validations. And now I just say, like, yeah, I'm a reader. Like, I own it now. I'm a reader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you've stepped out of the way of yourself is what you
Mhm.
did.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great way to
And
put it, Allie. I love that.
people say the same thing to me. Was Manasa said the other day that she watches my tarot deep dives.
Yes.
She said, you do those deep dives, then you know the tarot. And I'm like, but I don't feel like I do. Not,
Right.
not to do reading. Yeah.
That's the way I have always felt. I've always felt that um, you know, anytime I'm watching anyone else,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how that's interesting. I didn't get that perspective when I
Right.
read. And I've always there's always room for learning, room for
Oh,
growth,
absolutely.
room for
100%.
improvement.
Yep. Yep.
And that's what I find just absolutely I adore about Taro is because
Yeah.
it's just like life. There
Right.
is
Very true.
always room for improvement.
Oh, yeah. And everybody's perception is different. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's the good
Yeah.
part. Yeah.
Yeah. What's really, really cool is when, you have an experience and there's just no explaining it. And we still try to explain it,
Mhm.
and then
I do.
you have the moment when your reality, it's like sort of like the same kind of experience as your head starting to agree with your heart, right?
Uh-huh.
When you have that moment of clarity, when you're like, you can't help it. I issue a challenge to not smile when that moment occurs, right? You literally just kind of smile and go like,
Well,
wow.
Anna Banana,
That's so cool.
I, she said, I don't know the tarot, but I read more by intuition rather than memorization. I
Uh-huh.
started with memorization, but I became, it's like, that's the reason why people always say, oh, it's okay to throw away the book and everything. But I was stuck. I could not feel anything. I was numb.
Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
so learning the definitions opened a door. Once
Hmm.
it got cracked open, my intuition shoved it open.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very much like Kathleen in the way that I approached it. I tried so many different methods to learn the tarot, and I know what kind of a person I am. I know how I learn. I'm normally a very visual learner. I don't, like shoving a textbook in front of me doesn't really do it for me. But in this case, it wasn't like that at all. I was the opposite in this case.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the reason that I took that approach to it, or why my mind told me to take that approach to it, is because if I'm going to toss these cards for me, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But there was something in the back of my mind that told me that I at least needed to know the foundation of what this was about, because I feel a sense of responsibility and accountability that when I give these messages, whatever they may be, to whomever I'm giving them to, that that I can impart the answer in a way that they understand. And so to me, that meant I had to understand the foundation of the tarot, if that makes sense.
Right.
Not taken away from how anyone else learns. That was just my experience. I tried so many different methods. I tried learning it by the numbers. I tried breaking it down by the journey. I tried learning by suits. I don't know how many books, how many videos I watched, but for me, I just had to start at zero and
Mm-hmm.
go through it.
You talk about somebody, though, that is absolutely exhaustive in their study of this type of thing. It's Benabel Wen, who I was on
Yes.
the show
Yes.
with. Oh my God, that woman is a walking, talking oracle.
Encyclopedia. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
she is.
I mean,
Yeah.
she does the. I mean, she does the. What is it? The Taoist.
The Taoist. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Taoist. Yeah,
Yeah.
and she approaches it from angles that I never
Right.
even.
Yeah. It shows how long she's been doing it, that
Yeah.
it brought in all these other elements. And, that can be done any time, because think about it. We have a spiritual question, or we have like, will I move tomorrow? Or whatever.
Right.
We got the physical and we got the spiritual, and there's really deep dives. And where those cards lay out sometimes, where are you on your spiritual journey? And, there is a story that is made from all of that. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with like the light, what is it? The Light Seekers Tarot, or some of the newer ones in our more modern day world. So it is. It's fascinating.
Well,
And
it's interesting, that point that you just made. That's that deck there. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. And the reason why it's interesting is I've had people within this community, readers, that told me absolutely do not start with this guy.
Oh, really?
And I've had readers that have told me to absolutely start with this guy. One of them sitting on the screen with us right now. And I'm telling you right now, right? Sorry, I just turned my secondary camera on. I have the Smith-Waite. Sorry, let me turn it around so you can all see it. I have the Smith-Waite Centennial. This is a Rider-Waite deck, right?
Yep.
I pick these things up. I don't even understand what the heck it's telling me. I don't get it. It does not speak to me. And I think that for me, I cannot speak to anyone else, but for me, if it doesn't,
everybody feels a certain way about it.
Forget it. I have, I think 7 tarot decks, and only 4 of them speak to me currently. Right. This one here, immediately, as soon as I picked it up, it was like, oh my God, I totally feel this. And
Yeah.
I have my kippers that I'm recently working with, which
Mhm.
I mean, the minute I took these things out of the box, they were like, Kelly, we're here. I mean,
They are.
I
They're
adore
very
them.
blunt, though. They're very blunt. Don't you
Yeah.
think they're blunt? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
tell you
That's the
right.
that's the way
Yeah.
that's the way I have Lenormand and Kipper, but I have these little T cards, and
Uh-huh.
um they they're very blunt, and I
Okay.
use them a lot for anytime I'm at an end of a reading, and it's like there's
Yeah.
something there that I just don't get.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a what is it? It's a verification, or it's one of
Yeah,
those kind of cards. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Understood. Um, Sherry says it's like some of us newbies have jumped in feet first and are doing great. Yep. And you know what? I think that wherever you're drawn to, whether
Yes.
you're drawn to oracles or you're drawn to using the pendulum or a whole group of different things, then that's
Yeah.
where you should be. That's where your comfort lies.
I don't know about you, Kathleen. I've never seen your desk, so I don't know what, like, when you prepare, how you were talking about before you come on to do a show. I don't know what your desk looks like. But no matter what I do, no matter where I go, no matter what I'm talking about, except for achieving wellness, when I'm talking about a particular topic, I have at least 10 decks of cards on my table ready to go at any moment in time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I have 9.
Okay,
Right,
I've got 8.
because you just, I never understood this before, the whole being drawn to certain decks, and I totally I mean, I it's like how people talk about putting your hand underneath a bunch of pendulums at the rock store, at the gem store. This is exactly what it
To
feels like to
decide
me.
which one. That's how I picked this one out.
Yeah.
I didn't look at colors. I didn't look at. I just held it in my hand and got this one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like,
so
I have
Juno
this
says,
one. I'm ashamed to admit this one doesn't speak to me.
no, but you can't get rid of it because you love cats.
Well,
So
I mean, I'm all about cats. It doesn't speak to me,
But
though.
I love this deck. This is the Light Seers.
Yeah.
Is
And
it?
even though I get multiple decks, and I have multiple decks, this one is always never very far from me.
Yep.
Because
And Ron
it
says he
was
uses them a lot too.
yeah,
Yeah. I've seen
it
him
was
use
the one that I had
them.
studied and studied and studied the Rider-Waite and everything, but it was the first one that the picture and what was happening made sense to me.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. I got this little guy here. It's just a little mini deck, and this one would be like number 2 next to the Light Seer for me. This one just totally speaks to me. I really, really like it.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, this one, this is the Taro of Oppositions.
Oh, I like it.
Yes, I have that too, but I haven't used it. Do you like it?
Yes,
Yeah?
and it's very good for shadow reads and
readings,
like political
Sure.
things and
Sure.
and things to where that, because I always read upright, but I know the reverse definitions, but not well enough to just instantly recall them. But since the picture
Right. It's right
shows
there
you,
for you. Yeah.
it brings it up, and it's so much easier to do like shadow reads or things that have a negative connotation. Yeah.
And confirmation, Kate says, for spirit messages. Hi, Scott. It's nice to see you. And Angela and M. Steve and let's see, Juno's here, Joan's here. Thanks, everybody, for coming by.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I was bringing on Kathryn Moore, but I think either she forgot or maybe the times are mixed up. I'm not sure, but I'll get her on really soon. We're just winging it here and having some fun. Here's one. What deck works for the best readings about people, he says. Any ideas?
Personal
ladies?
readings to people.
Personal readings, yeah.
Depends what the question is, I think.
Okay.
Well,
but for me, it depends.
For me, either just the Light Seers or the Star Taro.
Oh, okay.
It has a lot of bright colors, and it the pictures, are kind of out there and stuff. They're not related really to the. I don't know if they're if it's more towards the what is it, Marseille or Toth,
Yeah, the
but
top.
The thought, yeah. Yeah.
but the pictures and everything are so I don't know. It just tells me a lot more
Tells you a
than.
lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it you that told me, Kathleen, also that you like cards that don't have, or was it you that don't have borders on
Borders.
them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you did. You told me that
Yeah.
because you felt like you could look at them and understand them better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that really is a big thing with the borders. People trimming the borders and changing the colors of the borders. I mean, I've never
Yeah.
done it, but it is a big thing.
Yeah.
For
But
me,
you can get some that are borderless. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Mhm.
For me, I have to say that. So I created my own oracle deck, and when I say I created my own oracle deck, I'm not dissing myself. I'm just being honest. I wrote a bunch of words on a bunch of blank cards. There's like no artwork, so it's not like any picture draws me to it.
It's more of an oracle. Yeah. Yep.
But
Yeah.
I have used that thing, and I've added so many things to it that. So I'll throw my light seer first, unless it's like a relationship, like, you know, like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I will probably, now that I have kippers, I'll throw my kippers first, but I would throw my light seer throw, and then I'll throw my own oracles if something isn't making sense. My own oracle always ties the message and makes it
Mhm.
make sense to me.
Good. Yeah. I feel like they're validation cards for me when even if I pull one from each deck, because I'm more oracle, as you well know, and I just feel like the story is there. Yeah, we're doing readings, Wildflower. I'll click you here for a card, sure. So I guess I'm going to open up with a question that was thanks, ladies, that was given by Lorraine first, and if anybody has anything they want, I'll give you a few moments. We'll try to get to everybody that wants a reading today, but remember we sometimes run late, and so yeah. All right, so Lorraine's at work. She feels there's a ghost there after hours, and she said she saw him on April 8th. What do you think, ladies? And I don't care which way you do this. Kathleen, if you want to think about it as a channel, or if you want to pull cards, or whatever you want to do. Yeah. Welcome for those who just came in, by the way.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Hi, Cartomancy.
Hi, Deb.
Whatever. This ghost is not. He's not somebody who is connected with her work. I think he is a relative of somebody who is connected to her work. And it's like he's
Oops. Wrong way.
he wants somebody to see him. He wants somebody to acknowledge him.
Yep.
I
get that too, Kathleen.
He doesn't.
She says she feels he's happy. So
yeah, he doesn't have. It's like he wants. It's like he's wanting that whoever he's related to see him, to notice him.
Oh, I see.
But I think it's somebody higher up than you are. Because I'm seeing there's a person standing there, and he's going right like above my head, like somebody in a higher position. So if like you own the company, I guess maybe he's somebody related to somebody who owns the building. Or
Okay.
you see what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say?
Yeah. Or somebody that was maybe even on the land before the building was made. Don't you think it
Yeah.
could be
Yeah,
possible?
he needs he that's the reason why he's still there.
Uh-huh.
He
Okay.
he's trying to get through to, I don't know if it's like, but it's genealogical.
Okay.
It's, I don't know if it's like son, or daughter, or
Hmm.
grandson, granddaughter, but it's like in that line.
Okay. Lorraine says she feels that he was a businessman. Kate, this is interesting. Kate thinks that he was a Civil War scout. Do you live,
Mhm.
Lorraine, do you live in the Civil War zone, if you know what I mean? Like east or south? I'd be interested to know that. Yeah. Wow.
I've got
Kelly?
all these like divine timing kind of things. So
Okay.
he is like, to what Kathleen said, he is definitely trying to like reach whoever he's trying to reach, right?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I
Um,
wish I could figure out who it is.
and I've got the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups. So I don't know if you know anyone that you work with, for example, who might be like an air sign or a water sign. Which, what are the air signs? Air signs
Let's
are
see.
Aquarius, Libra,
Aquarius, Libra,
um,
and sorry, I have it written down.
Gemini.
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 Thank you.
Mhm.
And then the cups are Cancer and good grief, how bad is that? Put me on the spot now. I can't say it.
The water
Cancer,
sign? Yep. Pisces
Scorpio, and
and Pisces.
Pisces are the water signs. So I don't know if there's anyone around you, but it's interesting because I've got. Is there? I want to say, like, is there anyone that might be like not in crises, but anyone that you work with, anyone that is around your place of business that you know of that may be having some difficulty at this particular time? Because I've got the Devil card followed by the Seven of Wands in reverse. So the Seven of Wands is very, like doing that, manifesting, taking a pause, taking a step back, kind of going within, finding their power.
Uh-huh.
And then I've got the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups, which sort of implies to me that it might be one of these people that he's trying to reach.
Okay. She's
He's not
got
quite-
her friend, and her friend works next to her. Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
And on the bottom of the deck, I've got the Two of Cups. So like he comes in love. Like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is
Yeah.
important
I
to
mean,
him.
there's nothing malicious, nothing evil, nothing
No,
anything like that.
No.
None, not at
And I
all.
don't think Lorraine feels that way. She said she feels happy.
yeah,
It
no.
isn't a scary thing. Yeah.
I feel like whoever the ghost is, or whatever you
But
want to call it.
it's like a father or grandfather.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
You know,
Okay.
I think that it's not even like an uncle. It's like it's direct
It's a direct
familial
one.
Yeah, I
line.
think that he is concerned about that person, and that's why that he feels like they're in some sort of a, like not in a
need.
great way.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
then just cause, so I pulled, because that's how I roll. I keep pulling it till it makes sense to me. So I've got surrender to divine timing.
Mm.
So it's possible that your friend is not open to it, and that's why he's come to
You're
work,
seeing it. Yeah.
hoping that someone else is going to be able to pick up on that. Because I've got, sometimes divine timing may differ from your own timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient. And there's something about that. And then it mentions universal flow that made me think that who he's trying to get a message to is not picking up. Right. I also got
Yeah.
Tiger, which is divine timing.
Love
And
it,
again,
divine timing. Wow.
good things come to those who wait. I've got Owl, which is sight. And that's detach your emotions from situations that you cannot control. And that just reminded me of the double card that I got. So I think that he's very concerned.
Okay.
And I got he's a bigger man over over 6 feet tall.
Hmm.
And he's I don't know if was at the time of death or if this is his favorite time of life or whatever, but he's salt and pepper, dark salt and pepper hair, um uh tanned skin, um it's not pasty and white. It's like he's
Oh, it's her husband.
outdoorsy.
It's her friend's husband. And that's what I got. I got soulmate and healthy boundaries and a definite yes, there is a ghost. But I got
Behind-
soulmate.
Look
Yeah.
at that. Well, because I got the Two of Cups, right? Thank you,
Yep.
Kathleen, for tying this all together. And look at this, Allie. Look at what I've got behind. I've got the boundaries, like it said, I have
Oh,
healthy
look at
boundaries.
that. Yes.
And you just
yes,
pulled the
yes.
boundaries card.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah.
I bet it is her husband. And you know, he's working his way in. He knows he knows. She said she just did her astrology chart too, her friend's astrology chart. Yeah.
Well, and he may be showing up at work because he knows it would scare her
Scare her at
for
home.
him to show up at home,
At home.
Could
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
especially since she's a single mom if
Sure.
she's living alone.
Maybe he's showing up because he's concerned about her. Like if she's having any kind of difficulty. I'm sorry, I don't know why that devil card came out in the Seven of Wands, and I just keep thinking like I can't feel him, but I almost feel like he feels very concerned about her. So it's like he's coming to work with her to make sure that she makes it through the day.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
I
Yeah.
think I get the feeling that that he wants to tell her something. He wants to tell her
Uh-huh. Wow.
hold on. Pick your battles and don't obsess over everything.
Mhm.
Only because you're driving yourself crazy. Only go with the terribly important, and then try to accept some of the
Mhm.
some of the don't I don't understand. Don't hold on and hold them down. You have to let your grip go and make her not rebel and rebel and rebel and rebel. So does that make sense?
Yep. It does. It makes total sense to her. Yeah. Yep.
Stand still.
Yep. Yeah. No action right now.
Exactly.
Just wait.
Stand
Yep.
still.
Awesome. Well, I think that's great.
Well
Thank
done,
you very
Kathleen.
much, Lorraine.
Well
what
done.
a fabulous.
Yay,
I
Kathleen.
hope that helps your friend. I really do. I hope. I thank you, ladies, for your readings. That's great. All right. So, Wildflower Wind wonders if she could get a card, please.
Maybe that's why that boundaries card came out. Anna Banana
It could
said
be.
having issues
Yeah.
between her and her kids. So I got the devil
Sure.
and the Seven of Wands upside down. So someone's off center, someone's
Yeah.
feeling off balance, and then the boundaries card that we both got from behind it.
Mhm.
And
But
the
we wouldn't have
devil
got there if it
card,
wasn't
I
for
mean,
Kathleen saying about the soulmates. We would have never connected those dots. So thank you, Kathleen. That was awesome, friend. Awesome. Well done.
well,
Right.
the thing that got me was when you said the devil card. It was like all these things.
Yep.
And I thought, oh.
Yeah. It's hard to be a single parent, but if your husband has passed, it isn't a choice like a divorce would be.
Yes.
It's a different situation. So
Yeah.
I'm just pulling out a different deck here, Wildflower. So bear with me for a second here.
I brought my fairies deck in, and it's telling you that you should try to think about being alone, having some time in solitude. And look at, she's right outside in the beauty of her. And it says, you are one and in total harmony with everything. And the greatest treasures are those that wait silently in your quiet times. So you're being admonished to spend some time in quiet and solitude. I'm just going to put this up because this really bothers me. Elon Musk is buying Twitter. Sorry, that's not a good deal to me.
Nope.
Thank you for telling us. All right.
Wildflower Wind. I've got this beautiful card of divine protection.
Yeah.
And the card reads, Archangel Michael is shielding and protecting you with his light.
Awesome.
Beautiful card.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I got overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. If we can look at life like, we have to get rid of that. I've never got enough. That feeling of lack.
Right.
If we examine our lives, we realize that there are many places where we are overflowing with gifts from the universe, where we're overflowing with junk that we need to pass on, and to reach that awareness of plenty. We have plenty. We can give away, and we can help other people. That is where the blessings come in.
Yeah.
Because it's your gratitude that opens so many doors.
Yeah. True enough, my friend. True enough. I also pulled this card for you here. I've got Traveling Lightly at Simplify Your Life. And I just seen what you had written in the chat, and my condolences to you.
So that's interesting that these come up a lot. You know what I mean? You have one person whose husband passed, and you have then another person here. So yes. Okay.
So I sort of feel like, obviously you must feel like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders more so than most.
Mm-hmm.
And what a beautiful message to receive, that you're being protected by Archangel Michael.
Well,
and traveling lightly, like what Kathleen was saying, I'm sure there must be many moments in your life where you just sit there and say, like, why did this have to happen to me? Right. I can't imagine.
Well,
Kathleen's absolutely right about that feeling of, if you just sit back and sort of do like a little bit of a review, right, you can really bring a lot more peace back to your heart. If you do that little bit of review, like Kathleen was saying, sort of come from a different perspective, if you can.
Well, every morning when I wake up, if I have a headache, I say, well, I have a headache, but I woke up.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really is. Life is a gift, and we don't.
Yeah.
A lot of us
don't appreciate it.
Don't think about it and appreciate it, except in hard times.
I did that for 10 years, friend. So I am.
Everybody's done
well aware.
Yeah. Everybody's done it one time.
It's true, but I mean, and not to make anyone's issues like, I'm not trying to own the show, and I'm not trying to, I'm just saying I understand the concept of not being grateful, and I don't want anyone to think that we're saying that you're not grateful, because that's not at all where I was coming from. I was so busy. I have anxiety, panic disorder, and depression, and I was so busy blaming myself and beating myself up for the spot that I now found myself in, that I wasn't able to see past that. And I put up all these protective barriers around myself where I ended up being a recluse in my house, never left, blah, 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 so on and so forth. It's been 10 years, and only in the last year have I, for whatever reason, all these things sort of connected, and I was able to get outside of that box. And look at my husband's here. Yay. So nice. Hi, honey. And I literally had a moment where I went outside on my front porch. And I'm saying this to you specifically, Wildflower Wind, because I want you to know that although I have no idea what you've gone through, I do understand that what we were talking about before about what Kathleen's card said. I literally went out on the porch and I love that time of night. I was just looking up the stars, looking up at the trees, and all of a sudden, literally, it felt like someone smacked me upside the head with a 2x4, and the tears started to come down, and I was like, oh my God, I did this. I did this. Mm-hmm. Because I was so busy trying to protect myself that I actually worked in the reverse and actually hurt myself. Yep. And when I had that aha moment, I literally walked in the house and I haven't looked backwards. It's still a struggle every day, but every day a little more peace comes back to my heart. And I am so grateful for that. So grateful for that.
Sure. Yeah. Right. We're grateful for the fact that you healed and are trying to help other people also on your channel. So, yeah, of course. Valerie said she's cooking, late cooking. She's listening and would love a message from her guides. All right. Thank you very much.
What are you cooking, and can we have some? No.
I know. Sounds good.
Valerie S. is cooking.
Wow. I got a very interesting message here, Valerie. I get here that you would do well with mirroring work, mirroring, looking in the mirror and helping people with it, because we all need some work with our self-worth. That's what Kelly just basically said too, and it's going to be a big success. So there's a possibility, if you are interested in doing something like that you could get people that might come to you to have you help them to do that. Every little bit of a spiritual life, so to speak, comes together in, like one wave in the ocean. We get a huge ocean. We're all working in different ways, but it looks like mirroring will help you with your self-worth, and in turn, you will have big success if you work with other people doing the same thing. There's a book by Louise Hay called Mirror Work, if you're interested.
Mm-hmm. She is the lady who started Mirror Work. She is the one who made it a thing.
Yeah. I've got, she doubts her judgment about things. She doubts her synchronicities, her feelings of something's going to happen, but then it happens, and that's her path to victory, is to stop doubting.
Right.
And practice. Slow and steady wins the race. It's not that you have to be right every single time. It's that you have to accept that the things that you see are true.
Good
to I don't know, it's like you have to accept it to be able to hold it.
Understood. She understands. Yeah. Yes, Scott. I have your question listed. Thank you.
All right, Valerie, my friend. By the way, pasta and chicken cutlets sounds fab to me.
I'm hungry now.
You send me your address, love. I'll be right over. So I pulled a couple of cards for you. I intended to pull out 3, and I got 2 extras in the last one. So really quickly, but it's important because they're all saying the same kind of thing. This is from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. I love the images in this, and this is trust. Just like Kathleen was saying, right? You need to put a little bit more faith in you.
Yep.
You need to trust that you got you, that you know what to do, and it's going to work out the way you need it to. We've got find balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if this finding balance thing was easy, we would all be doing it. It's not easy. It takes a lot of hard work. It is consistent. It's consecutive, but you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it. We've got desert passage. Trust there's a divine plan. So again, two cards with trust, right? Then we've got grounding.
Mm-hmm.
Go deep, explore your roots. Friend, you need to go find yourself a tree, put your hands on the bark of the tree, and just soak up all of that power, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got gates of triumph. Success expands in your life.
Excellent. Yep. Wow. That's great. Yeah. Yep. She recognizes the messages very well. Yeah. And
Yep. And Valerie, if you want a short stint about mirror work, I did put it on my channel when I did it, and I'm happy to help you because some people have issues with it. All you need to, you know how to get a hold of me, love.
she said she used to do it, and then things got in the way, and then after COVID, she was able to go back and reattach. So I understand that. Boy, I understand that. Okay, Blessed 1111 is wondering if we can get a message from her mother-in-law, Agnes.
Blessed 1111. Is she a smaller lady?
Blessed 1111, Kathleen wants to know if she was like a smaller lady,
A smaller
a petite
lady.
person, maybe a petite person.
Because that's who's stepping forward, is a small lady.
Okay. Small and fragile. Yep.
Okay. I don't know if she wants to. She's showing me patting somebody's head. I think it may be you. She's saying he's okay. He's okay.
You are freaking me right out. Look at that. Sorry. Nurture.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know who's okay or who's, but she's saying he's okay. Who are you talking about? Who's he? Who's he?
Wow. It's crazy. I got the same
She said that that you will be in her heart. Your son. Rod. I'm assuming Rod's your husband. She's more concerned with your that you know that your son is is going to be okay. Or I don't know. Has he passed?
No, he's just been ill. His
Okay.
son, yeah, I mean, a while
She,
ago,
she
but yeah.
she's holding Blessed 1111, and she's petting your head, and she's saying
It's gonna be
he's okay.
okay. Yeah.
He's gonna be okay.
Yep.
So, oh, I didn't know he was sick. I got goosebumps.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, he was in the hospital a while ago. Maybe a month ago. I can't remember now, but yeah. All right. So I got for you, open up your mind, which I think you are doing that, but open your mind. Look at how beautiful that is. And it's got a hole in at the crown chakra there. And then it says, you've had close encounters with her. And, you know, look at how close, even though one's that you're in the cage and she's outside the cage, you're very close. And she says divine masculine. So I got the same thing Katie did with the masculine. It was masculine energy coming through as well, but also your son coming through. Oh, he's going in for brain surgery in September. Okay. She's letting you know. She's holding you. She's holding you.
She's right there with you.
Right there. Yeah.
Right there with him.
Yep.
All right. I'm sorry that I did that. So when Katie was talking, I was like, you're freaking me out, because I literally just, that card dropped and she was talking about your mother-in-law sort of, you know, stroking someone on the head, and the card says nurture. Now, if you look at the card, there's two polar bears there, right? There's like a mama bear and a baby bear. And so when you were saying, is it your son? I'm like, yes, it's your son. I don't know how but like, I'm thinking the bears, right? Yeah. So the message here says, allow any anxieties and worries to be gently released and offered up to be healed. Again, I realize easier said than done. Okay. Then I pulled a second card from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Look at what I got. I got more polar bears. Wow. Right? Wow. Okay. Leadership. Okay. So taking charge of the situation. Mm-hmm. Then I've got, like digging down deep to your core strength. Then I've got valiant courage. And I don't know why, there was something about what you were saying, Kathleen, when you were saying that she was, like, you know, right there. She's right there. Right. Take action with passion. Yep. Right. Look at that. Yep. Then I pulled this same card again. Are you serious? That's freaking me out. Stop it. Right. So then I pulled this card and I've got divine protection, right? Which is Archangel Michael is shielding and protecting you with his light, which will umbrella to your son. And then I've got Aspen Spirit, which is courage. So basically reminding you, that's what she wants. She's trying to remind you that you have all the tools in your toolbox to be able to be there for your son and to also hold your own power and strength together during this next, time frame that you're in. And I mean, honestly, brings tears to my eyes. I send you many blessings. It's horrible.
Your community is on your side, and we're here for you anytime you need us. Okay. All right. We got 3 more, and they're men. And isn't that wonderful? Because we don't have a lot of men that come on, but
men are here in the house.
Men are here today. Yay. So we're gonna have a question from Craig. We're gonna have a question from M. Steve, and then from Scott. So here we go.
I gotta put my hair up because the men are here.
Put your hair up. Okay.
No, I'm getting hot.
Bring in that divine energy.
No, that made me hot reading that.
Oh, you're welcome, dear.
Gallup, New Mexico.
Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino, won't you? Route 66. Wow, Gallup, New Mexico.
And I would really enjoy it if people would go and subscribe to my channel.
Oh yes,
because I never remember to say that.
To say it
at all.
I'm sorry, I didn't. Yeah.
Well, I'm not getting on to you. I'm getting on to me.
I know.
Because I don't remember to say it. Yep. And I can't expect people to go do it if I don't remember to remind them.
And I understand. Yes. So Kathleen J. Lightworker and also Dozen Cats for Me is
Yes.
another channel that you want to, and Circle of Friends, our other channel with Kelly and I, and Kathleen's going to be
Subscribe
on.
to everybody.
Yeah, subscribe to everybody. It's funny.
I am
All
a
right.
children who felt so loving because there was a spirit there.
Bring me a type.
Ooh, cool. Let's see. That looks great.
Hi, Chris MK. I haven't seen you in a bit, love.
Mm.
And Kate, just Kate. I love that. I love the name. Kate.
I know, isn't she great? She's great.
I see Steve is in the house.
Mm-hmm. All right, Craig. So what do I got? I got it. Your home was in perfect harmony. So the spirit of love and everything was harmonized. That's why you felt so good. And look at, it's a number 11, which is always a wonderful angel number or divine number. So yes, your family, I don't know, your mom, I'm feeling like your mom had something to do with it. But anyway, your family was able to open you up to what it is your beliefs are. And of course, you grew up Native American, and so you would have had those kind of belief systems in place. But how beautiful is that, to feel comfortable and warm and loving? And, you know, anytime you're feeling badly, you ought to go back in your mind and actually see yourself there in peace. Look at that. All right. What is it, Kelly?
That's the 6 of Cups, which literally is going back in time. Come on, Kathleen, stop it.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow. Two of you pulled the same card?
Well, and the funny thing is I pulled one off of each deck there's directly in front of me. I got Fortune's Wheel, Luck, and the Right Timing.
Okay.
The 6 of Cups, Nostalgia, Remembrance. A time that made you feel warm and loving and comforted.
Yeah.
The 10 of Cups, Happy Family.
Happy family. Oh my God.
And
I get the chills. Yeah.
And the intention. This is the intention.
Yeah.
So it instilled the intention in you to give that to others. To have that feeling again. That, you know.
You can have it up here. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I was just like blown away.
So I'm tending to say, I'm going out on a limb here, just based on these 2 cards that I just pulled out. Because I have to be honest, when I was pulling my cards, I was sort of feeling like, I don't know if there was a ghost there, or if you go back there in your own mind, almost like in your dreams kind of idea. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm explaining that right. Does that make sense what I just said? Sorry, I'm concentrating on the cards and I can't like articulate my words. But that's what I was thinking based on, or that's what I was feeling based on the cards that I was throwing. And then what Kathleen just said about the happy home and what was the last card that you pulled, Kathleen?
Happy family. The happy family.
I pulled the first one was like essentially the Wheel of Fortune, luck, fate. The second one was the 6 of Cups.
Right.
The third one was the 10 of Cups.
Right.
And the fourth one was intention.
Right. The intention. That was the one that I was like, okay, so maybe I am right, but I'm not sure. So that's when I pulled 2 cards. So I believe that there was. I'm going out on a limb here, and this is why. Right. I've got the Panther, which is the protection card. Okay, so consider who you allow to take your energy and who you give it away to freely. In the sense of the question, I don't think that this is you giving it away. I think this is the energy that you felt from it when you were a child, and that's why it felt so comforting, like you were comfortable with it, if that makes sense. And then I've got Giraffe, which is look at the bigger picture. So take a step back and gather your thoughts and feelings. So literally talking about how when you think about that time that you feel that protected feeling,
Right.
that warm sort of comfortable sort of feeling. When I just my tarot cards really quickly, I've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is just a beautiful energy. And when Ali said your mother, that's when that card fell out. So that's literally, sort of not really harvesting the fruits of your labor, but that's looking at everything that that's the home that your parents built. It's very much like it's one below what Kathleen pulled in terms of the happy home kind of idea, right? We've got the Knight of Swords. So I think that this is you, Craig. This is someone who is very strategic, someone who's very analytical, someone who's like chasing after their dreams, always sort of I don't want to say one step behind. I want to be careful how I word this. Someone who is constantly on the go, constantly moving towards something, but not really ever reaching it. That's how you feel, I think. Then about this particular situation, I'm saying, right? Then we've got the Two of Pentacles, so the balance, right? And then we've got the Seven of Cups making choices. These are difficult choices, right? These aren't easy choices. This isn't like, should I go left or right? It's like, oh, if I go left, this is going to happen. If I go right, that's going to happen. And then I've got the Six of Cups. That's when that showed up. And then I've got the Justice card again, meaning some more balance. So I sort of surmised from all those cards to tie this all up that I thought that you were feeling like there was a presence there, but it wasn't there. It was just a comforting thing for you. And then I pulled those other two cards that I showed you first, and now I've sort of changed my mind. And now I understand what this was saying. That presence made you feel loved, made you feel comfortable. And that's why you now have the gifts that you have, is because you sort of grew up around it being okay, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Sort of nurtured you in a way.
Nurtured you. Yeah. Wow.
That was
Craig,
a long word. Sorry.
That's good. That's, I mean, really a lot of validation. People are saying they like collabs because there seems to be a lot of validation for them. And I agree. What a great validation.
Sorry, that took a really long time. I apologize.
That's okay. We got M. Steve was my mom said she doesn't dream. I've asked my dad, who passed 6 years ago, if he could pay her a visit and remind her to remember. What do you think? I've been in touch with him to say hi. Oh, she does dream, but she doesn't realize she dreams, because we all dream.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Another one.
I feel like she's almost afraid to see him.
Yeah, that's. I think that it's a form of self-protection.
Yeah.
That she forgets, because she still
She's hurt.
Still hurts to. She can look at pictures and things like that, but seeing him in a dream is far more personal.
Yep. Yeah, so we tend to think people can think the same way we do, but it isn't always.
Yeah.
Okay, begin now. All right. Take your first step. I think that you're talking about Steve in this case, not his mother, because I get awakening genius here. I'm feeling, look at the picture. It's an elder. It looks more like a man than a woman. And it's a jewel right at the crown. I'm feeling like you might be able to get messages from your father to your mother, but it depends on whether or not she's ready for that. And some people are not ready for that. I agree.
Yeah, that's it. It's the balance between what she can handle and what she can't. In a few more years, she may be able to handle embracing
Yeah.
the memories.
Yeah.
But she's just to where that she can handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She's just to where that she can handle a picture and talking to it. But
Yeah.
there's something about being able to speak to him and have him speak back like
Yeah.
you would in a dream.
In a dream.
That
Yeah. Yeah.
there's just a block there because it's almost like she's afraid.
And there
Um,
is fear. There is fear for people who are not open to that idea yet. Yeah.
mhm.
I think, Steve, if you don't mind me saying, that sometimes we think that other people need something and they don't really need it. You know what I mean? Because we're like, you're worried about your mom, so you think that would help her because you feel like she's upset by the lack of. And I totally
Well, she's
understand
about
that.
to be 96.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. I think that's
Yeah.
amazing. I got a really cool card for you, MC Steve. MC Hammer, really. MS.
MC. Yeah.
So I've got surrender worry. Okay, first of all. And the message on this card says, make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart. That's the important part. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. And then I pulled from the Angel Quest Oracle, and I've got respect. Okay.
Oh.
You're being guided to respect the decisions and opinions of others.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Which
agree
she-
wholeheartedly with Anna Banana.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
Yeah. He wants her to feel safe, but blocks the knowledge because he knows that when she wakes up in the morning, she's got to function. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Good
I
one,
agree
Anna.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
Anyway, your father is hearing everything that you're doing, Steve.
Which
That's
is
for
lovely.
sure. Yes,
Yeah.
it really is. It really is. Okay, last one for today. Scott is always open to advice or a message from his mom who passed in January. And if you've watched his channel at all, you know this. And he even has a picture of her right behind her. And, he was right there with her the whole time, taking care of her. So let's see if we can get something from his mama. Yeah.
She's very sweet natured. Very kind. She's not gregarious at all. And she's worried. She's worried about. I'm seeing different things. She's worried about your sleeping enough, or sleeping too much. I don't know. But I'm seeing sleeping, and she's worried about you getting enough liquid, you drinking enough. She's okay with about the food and stuff you're eating, but those are two things that she's the other thing is she said that I don't know. I'm seeing somebody she's saying you have to balance work, life, play, and keep on top of your health. She's very worried about your health. She wants you to stay what There's somebody giving you a lifeline, a rope to pull yourself up with, and she wants you to
Take it.
not to ignore it, to take a hold of that lifeline, that rope, and see where it leads. I don't
Wow.
know what that means.
Well, lifeline can be a lot of different things too. I mean, it could be, friendships. It could be,
Yeah.
So, Scott, I got fairy spotting, and it says go and look, and I love this because it is said that seeing is believing, but the opposite is actually true. Believing is seeing. I think she's going to eventually, or she already is, working to bring herself to you.
Yes.
And you're going to have an epiphany. I love that. That means something will come to you that you hadn't thought of before, and it will create inner healing for you. And I got that card before Kathleen started talking, and I think that's what it is, the balance there. I think you need to heal inside. It's still a fresh wound. And I think you're very good at moving ahead and trying to heal that wound. But this is just reminding you, to take care of yourself. And maybe that's part of the epiphany. I don't know. But Mom says, look for the little fairies. Look for the little fairies. I'm around too. So.
I pulled a postcard from Spirit for you, Scott. And just like Kathleen and Allie, that it's sort of about a balance kind of message. So we've got Dearest You. A rigid tree branch breaks under strong winds, yet flexible seaweed survives powerful ocean swells. Right now, we gently remind you that being flexible is a good choice when faced with life's challenges. Surrender your fixed ideas to Spirit, who knows what it is in your highest good and can deliver to you what you need in the appropriate form. In this moment, rather than fighting or being too sure of your way working out, be a little looser and allow for another outcome. Compromise can be the best way forward if you are to learn new ways of doing and seeing. Stay aware, curious, and teachable. Take life on life's terms. Your purpose may push you in a direction not on your map. Let it. Be so flexible that no storm can uproot you. In the end, you will still be rooted in the world, in abundance, and you will indeed experience the beauty that is yours. We love you so much.
And I will note that it was 1:11 while we were talking with Scott.
Thank you, Mommy. I love you.
Divine angel love. That's right. Yep. Ladies, I'm going to see you later on today. So we'll stop the fanfare here at this point so that people can move on, and we'll be back later on today over on Circle of Friends. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kathleen. Love you dearly. Have a good day, everybody.
Mwah.